What if you are not who you think you are? What if your memories were not formed by your past, but instead installed into you by someone else entirely? This is the core question we must face head-on without fear or hesitation at all. Many people feel that reality is solid and true because they touch it with their hands every single day of their lives. But what if those hands are just avatars controlled by a player hiding behind a curtain in another dimension far away from us? Think about how often you see patterns in nature that look like code or numbers hidden within the fabric of time itself. Scientists have found strange glitches in the universe that suggest something artificial might be running underneath everything we observe right now today. The speed at which light travels across space seems to match a limit set by a computer processor somewhere else entirely beyond our perception. This is not just wild speculation, because the math behind modern physics supports this idea more than ever before in history. We live in an age where artificial intelligence can create images that look exactly like real photographs without using any camera at all. If machines can fake reality so well, then why do we assume humans cannot be faked by a system designed to trick us completely? The answer might be simpler than you think, because you are already living inside the simulation right now as we speak today. You cannot see it with your eye because they were built for the illusion, not for seeing the truth behind the walls of this world. But your mind has the power to break free from the chains that hold you down if you choose to look harder and ask better questions about why things are happening around you. This journey will take us deep into the ancient teachings of philosophers who saw this same truth thousands of years ago before any cameras existed on Earth. They told stories about prisoners tied in a cave, seeing shadows on a wall, and thinking those shadows were real life itself. Now we know that those shadows might be projections from a screen running above our heads somewhere else far away, looking down at us all the time without stopping or resting ever. If you're ready to uncover the truth behind our simulated universe, hit like and subscribe to join us on a journey through the mysteries of simulation theory. Let's get started. Simulation theory is not just a modern idea because it connects directly back to ancient Greek philosophy, where Plato first described the concept we know today as his famous Allegory of the cave. This story was written over 2,000 years ago, and yet it describes exactly what we believe happens in our own lives right now. When we wake up every single morning, the prisoners in the cave were chained facing a wall, watching shadows pass by them without ever turning around to see the fire or the people behind them creating those images. Plato used this story to explain how people live inside their own minds, trapped by illusions and false perceptions of reality. He argued that most humans are like these prisoners who believe the shadows on the wall are the only things that exist because they have never seen the outside world where the true objects cast those shadows. This is a powerful metaphor for our current situation because it suggests that we might be looking at a screen rather than seeing the actual source of reality itself. We live in an era where technology has advanced so rapidly that many experts now argue we are closer to creating simulated worlds ourselves than ever before in human history. If we can build virtual environments today, then why could not a much more advanced civilization have done it billions of years ago and placed us inside their creation? This hypothesis is becoming more popular among physicists who study the fundamental laws of nature because they find certain limits that resemble computer code rather than natural processes. The speed limit of light might be a processing cap for our universe, just like how video games restrict how fast objects can move to keep them running smoothly. Some scientists have even suggested that the smallest units of space and time are pixels in a grand cosmic grid that makes up everything we see, touch, or feel. This is not meant to replace faith, but rather to expand our understanding of existence and our place within it. It challenges us to think about what happens if the foundation of reality is not physical matter, but information itself. If this were true, then every atom would be data stored in a vast database somewhere outside of space and time as we know it. The implications are staggering because it means that death might simply be logging out of the system or returning to the main server where our consciousness was originally created. We need to understand these ideas now because they could change how we view ourselves and our purpose in life forever. If you keep watching this video, you will learn about the evidence supporting this claim and why Plato might have been the first person to figure it all out without using any computers or technology at all. It is time to question everything we think we know about the world around us, starting today, right now, as we begin. The problem with accepting this idea is that it challenges our deepest beliefs about what is real and true for everyone on Earth. We want to believe that our lives are ours to control and not scripted by some higher power or entity that we cannot see. The fear of being trapped in a fake world can feel overwhelming because it makes us question if our pain and joy have any meaning at all. If our suffering is just code, then does it matter what happens to us as individuals or only the system itself? This creates a profound existential challenge for anyone trying to find purpose in their daily routine without knowing the truth behind the curtain. We must ask ourselves why we feel so stuck sometimes, even when we try hard to move forward and make positive changes in our lives. Maybe there are rules of the game that we do not know about yet because they were programmed into us before we were born. This mystery keeps many people awake at night, wondering if their thoughts are truly their own or if they were planted by an external force looking down from above. The challenge is also finding proof because the system might hide its flaws very well to keep us inside without realizing it. If you could see a glitch, would you know if it was real or just part of the design meant to confuse you? This brings up another big question about free will and whether we can choose our own path or if that choice was made for us long ago. Think about your last major decision in life. Was it really yours, or did circumstances guide you into making that specific move at that exact moment? Some people say that if the system is perfect, then there should be no glitches at all. But others argue that bugs are a sign of a simulation, not proof against it. We need to look closely at the universe for these signs because they might tell us what kind of machine we live inside. The problem is finding the right tools to see beyond the surface level of reality, where most people spend their entire lives looking down at the ground instead of up at the sky. This lack of awareness makes it hard for us to break free from the cycle of living and dying without knowing the source. We must be brave enough to ask these difficult questions, even if they make us feel uncomfortable or unsure about our place in the grand scheme of things. The stakes are high because if we are wrong, then nothing changes, but if we are right, then everything we know is different forever. This tension between belief and doubt drives us to seek answers that go beyond what our eyes can see alone. We cannot ignore this possibility any longer because it could change our entire understanding of life itself. Let's imagine walking through a city where the buildings look real, but they are made of light and sound waves that vanish when you touch them. You reach out to grab a door handle only for your hand to pass right through it as if nothing is there. This feeling of unreality might be exactly what happens to some people who experience déjà vu, sudden moments of confusion about where they are in time. These moments could be loading screens between scenes in the simulation, where the world pauses for a split second before resuming its normal flow. The ancient Greeks called this phenomenon magic, but now we call it quantum mechanics, which governs how particles behave at the smallest scales. They found that subatomic particles exist in multiple states until observed by someone looking at them. This suggests that reality is constructed by observation, just like rendering graphics on a computer screen only when you look at them. If you do not look, does the object stop existing, or does the system save space for objects nobody sees right now? This leads us to consider the nature of consciousness and whether it is separate from matter or part of the code itself. Some thinkers believe that your mind is the processor running inside this world, while others say we are all just avatars moving through a pre-written script. The deeper you go into these questions, the more layers of mystery appear, like peeling back an onion until you find nothing but void at the center. However, there is comfort in knowing that if we are simulated, then we might be part of a larger experiment or story designed to teach us something valuable about ourselves and our potential. We could be learning how to evolve beyond this current state into something greater than what we experience now. This perspective gives hope because it means our struggles have meaning within the context of a grander plan that we may not understand fully yet. Think about a child playing in a video game who does not know they are controlling a character on a screen. They think their actions matter, and they do, because within that world they shape the outcome. The same could be true for us if this life is just one level in a much larger cosmic game, designed to help us grow and learn new skills along the way. We need to pay attention to these signals because they might guide us toward awakening from the dream into something more real than we can currently imagine. This exploration requires an open mind willing to accept ideas that seem impossible at first glance, but make sense once you look at them in a different light. Here is the strongest evidence we have found so far regarding the possibility of our world being artificial. The fact that the laws of physics are mathematical suggests a programmed system because nature does not need equations to exist unless they were written by an architect. We can see this in the precise constants like gravity and electromagnetism, which seem fine-tuned for life to survive. If these numbers were slightly different, then stars would not form and planets could not hold water or air. This level of precision looks suspiciously like a configuration file set up before the game began. Scientists have calculated that if the universe was created randomly, it is extremely unlikely to support life, but since we are here, something must have arranged the variables for us. There is also the issue of resolution limits in space itself, where the smallest distance might be a pixel size known as Planck length. This suggests our reality has a finite amount of data, rather than being infinite and continuous like fluid water. The way time moves forward without going backward looks like a clock ticking on a processor that cannot run in reverse mode. These patterns match what we see inside digital worlds, where rules are strict and unbreakable unless you hack the system, which is very hard to do for most people. If this is true, then we might be able to find ways to change reality through our thoughts or beliefs, just like players can use cheats in games. However, we must remain humble, because if the creators want us to stay ignorant, they will make it impossible to prove. We are at a critical moment where science and philosophy meet to ask the biggest question of all. Are we the characters or the players? The answer might be hidden in quantum entanglement, where particles connect across vast distances instantly. This violates our understanding of distance, which suggests information travels faster than light. If the connection is internal to the system itself, it feels like a network within the universe that links everything together without wires or signals traveling through space. If this is true, then we are all connected in ways we cannot see yet, because the code binds us together as one large web. This realization changes how we treat each other, because we might be parts of one single consciousness playing a role in itself. The implications go beyond science into the spiritual realm, where we find peace with the idea that our existence has meaning. Even if it is simulated, we are not alone, and we never were, because the code connects us all in ways that transcend time and space. This moment marks the turning point where we stop fearing the possibility of being fake and start embracing the wonder of what we might actually be part of. The mystery deepens, but so does our connection to something larger than ourselves. We have explored the idea that Plato was right about us living inside a simulation, and how modern science supports this ancient wisdom. The key points we discussed include the mathematical nature of reality, which looks like computer code rather than natural chaos. We looked at the glitches in physics like light speed limits and Planck length pixels, which suggest our world has resolution and boundaries. We also examined free will and whether our choices are truly ours or part of a larger design. We found that consciousness might be the process running this experience, while we act as avatars exploring different levels of existence. This journey showed us that fear of the unknown should not stop us from asking questions about where we come from and why we are here. The truth might be complex, but it offers hope that our lives matter within a grander plan designed for growth and evolution. We must continue to question everything around us, because ignoring these possibilities keeps us trapped in ignorance, just like the prisoners in Plato's cave who saw only shadows on the wall. We need to look up at the sky and beyond into space, where answers might be waiting for us if we are brave enough to find them. This perspective does not mean life is meaningless, but rather that it has a purpose within the context of this simulated reality. We should live with kindness and curiosity, because every action ripples through the system, affecting others in ways we may never fully understand. The beauty lies in the mystery itself, which keeps us searching for truth. Even when we cannot see the whole picture at once, we must remain open to new ideas that challenge our old beliefs about what is real and true for everyone on Earth. This summary serves as a reminder that we are more than just flesh and blood, but potentially digital beings experiencing a shared dream together. Let this thought inspire you to live fully in each moment, because even if it is simulated, the feelings are real. What do you think about the idea that we might be living inside a simulation created by an advanced civilization far away from us? Do you feel like there are signs in your daily life that suggest something artificial is going on around you? Please share your thoughts and theories with us in the comments below, so we can discuss this fascinating topic together as a community of curious minds. If you enjoyed this exploration of simulation theory, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And if you're ready for more interesting content on the simulation theory, make sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching.